Hi everybody, welcome to Patra's Happy Place. I have been for many weeks now wanting to talk to you about all the different 5.5 millimeter hooks that I have. I counted them, 14 different name brand 5.5 millimeter hooks. Some are resin, some are plastic, some are wood, some are aluminum, and some are nickel coated. And I have taped down, I'll put the end so you can see. I have a tape measure here that, tape, yeah. And I have taped it down onto my desk here. And what I'm going to do is, first of all, I'm going to go over all the hooks. And what I'll try to do is put them in order of least expensive to most expensive. I'm going to try to do that. So let me do that here. Just give me 1 second to try to do that. Now, some of them I don't remember how much I paid for them. So, you know, that's going to be neither here nor there. But, and of course, there's always the idea that sometimes they come in a package and you don't know how much they cost. But I think these are, for the most part, about the right order. Some of them are just not wanting to cooperate with me here. Okay, so let me put these two. These two are in the wrong order. Okay, so here we go. I believe the least expensive one that I have is this bamboo that I picked up. This might not be the least expensive, but I picked this one up at Walmart. It's just a bamboo hook. It has a slight indentation for the thumb, which you can barely see right here. Slight indentation, okay? And I'm not going to go over too much of what the shape, whether it's inline or whatever. So, because that gets a little confusing, okay? Then oh, and I've also got some yarn that I thought, well, I'll try. If there's one that I haven't tried yet, I'll try it out to let you guys know what I thought of it, how it crochets up. Okay, so anyway, this is the bamboo one. Okay, so that's number one, and I picked that up at Walmart. This one is the Loops and Threads. This is the Michaels brand, and I should have been more prepared, but you can see it's flat on both the front and back side of the thumb hold right there. And it's just, all it has on here says I9 5.5 millimeter, and that's all it says. That there's no other marking on there. This bamboo has it's engraved in here. It does say 5 millimeter I9. Okay, so then the next one is the boy hook. A lot of people are familiar with that, and it does say 5.5 millimeter, or yeah, there it is, H. Does this say H or I? Okay. Oh, this says 5 millimeter. No wonder I'm thinking, what is going on? I know I have the other one, so give me a second while I look for it. I know I've got the. Okay, here's the boy. I apologize, that was wrong. Okay, so this says I9. Okay, this is the I9, but instead of 5.5, this says 5.25. It's basically exactly the same. And it says on the other side, boy. It has boy written on it. And it has on both sides this cutout of the thumb hold. Okay. Next one, we have Susan Bates. Again, the thumb hold on both sides. And on one side, it says Susan Bates. And on the other side, it says, before I do that the wrong way, I5, excuse me, US 5.5 millimeter. Okay, and that again has the slits for the thumb, not slits, but the thumb grips. The next one I've got for you is the Hobby Lobby. This is a plastic and it has like a rubber. This is like a rubber. This is plastic, and then this is like a rubberized, a hard rubber, and it has very little tiny right here where it says 5.5 millimeter. But what I like to do is take a Sharpie and I write on here 5.5 millimeter. Okay, that's the Hobby Lobby hook. The next in the group is just something I picked up. It's the Boy Ergonomic Hook. I picked this one up at either Walmart, or I think I picked it up at Walmart. And for some reason, Boy, well, it does say I, and then this is a 5.5 millimeter. It says it right there. So it says Boy on this side, and then 5.5 millimeter. And this is a raised, right here where it says Boy, it's raised. But it's got a cutout here or indentation for your thumb grip. Okay, that's ergonomic. This is also an ergonomic hook I got off of Amazon, and it was the whole set was called Be Crafty, BECRAFTEE, Be Crafty, and it says I 5.5 millimeter on the one side, and that's just printed on, and then on the other side it's embossed on, not embossed, but it's imprinted right there. And this also has a thumb grip on both sides. Okay, this has I don't know if it's probably aluminum, and then this part is the rubber. Then we've got the Clover, and this is a very shiny. Okay, well, no, it's not shiny. I would say this one's shiny. This one's more of a matte finish, but this is the Clover, and it has just the thumb imprint right here on this side, not on the back side. Okay, it says it's imprinted here. It says 5.5 millimeter, and then this part is raised right here where it says Clover. It's raised right there where it says Clover. And then on the back side, it has also imprinted Japan right there. And so that is the Clover. You notice I have not been saying which ones are my favorite or which ones I don't like or anything like that. Okay, now this I got from my Tunisian set, but for those of you that use the interchangeable Tunisian, you can always use the hook without the cords, okay? So this is Knitter's Pride Tunisian hook, and this is all solid. For those of you that understand Tunisian, you're not going to have any variation here. It's all going to be completely straight because you have to collect your loops, your yarn loops on there, so you need it to be straight. Okay, and as far as markings, it says I9 5.5 millimeter. Okay, and then of course it has this metal on the end where you can screw in your cord. All right, that was like all of those. Well, maybe the Knitter's Pride is considered more the higher end. Same with the Clover. Okay, now we're getting into the little bit higher end. Okay, the next one on my list I picked up at my the local yarn shop down in Oklahoma City, and that's a Chai Gu. And a Chai Gu, this is wood. I want to say wood, but maybe it's bamboo. Excuse me, it's bamboo. It's a premium bamboo, and it's got a cutout right here for your thumb. And let me see, is there a marking on it? Yes. Okay. I'm going to try to do it like this. I'm not sure if you can see. It says Chai Gu I9 5.5 millimeter. Okay. And that's very lightweight. And like I said, it has this cutout right here for your thumb. Okay. All right. The next one on my list is a Hiahaya hook. And let me show you the markings on here. It says 5.5 millimeter. And down on this end, it has printed on here Hiahaya. Okay. And there's no other marking on here. And it has a thumb grip on both sides. All right, next, this is brand new to me too. This is Driftwood, and this is Likey. This is a Likey hook. And again, this one is flat. There's no thumb imprint, and it does have, it has some kind of a grip here on the end, as if to be able to slide a you know, like a tube, like a rubberized tube or something to the end to be able to put a cable on it. That's what it feels like. Let me see here. It doesn't say anything about it, but this one is called, it's the Driftwood, and like I said, no thumb imprint, and I am not seeing any markings on here either of the name brand or the size. So if you were to use this one or to get this one, you'd almost have to keep it in its packaging so that you would know what size it is. Then we're going up to the higher end. We've got a Furls Streamline. And this is their wooden series, the Streamline, and it has the marking right there, I 5.5 millimeter Furls crochet. Furls crochet. Now, Furls has a very unique shape to it, and the only thing that comes close to the Furls would be something similar to the Hobby Lobby, but you can see a definite difference. This one's going to flatten out here, and this one's round all the way around. Okay, that's a Streamline Furls hook. Okay, and there's no thumb imprint or anything. For those of you that are not familiar with Furls, these are meant more to roll in your fingers and not so much be stationary as something as the Hiahaya hook, which has the thumb imprint here. Okay, and the last Furls hook I have is going to be the Odyssey, and this is the 5.5 millimeter, and the only marking it has on it, which this is the only downside of Furls that I can personally attest to, and that the only thing that shows the size is right there on the end. It just has an I, and I don't like that. I like millimeters, because this varies so much. I want the millimeter size on there. So I haven't figured out a way yet, other than keeping my little handy dandy guide here that says what the size is to the millimeter size. So okay, so now we went basically from lowest to highest, and let me just go over a couple of measurements for you, okay? And then I'll test it on some yarn. So my bamboo hook, I'm measuring it here, and it is slightly less than 6 inches long. So not quite 6 inches. The loops and threads is 6 inches exactly. Okay. This boy hook is exactly the same. Susan Bates is slightly shorter, coming in at 5.5. a Hobby Lobby hook. Now this so far is going to be the longest one, and it's coming in at, oh goodness, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 1/4 it looks like. 6 1/4 for that. Now, let's see here. I'm looking at the ergonomic hooks. This one's 5 1/2. This one here that I got on Amazon is 5 5 5/8. And the clover is 5 1/2. Okay, this chai goo, I'm going to skip over the Knitter's Pride only because it's going to vary in size depending on what kind of cord you put on it. So the chai goo is 5 5/8. Okay. The Hiahaya hook is 5 5/8. The Likey is 6 inches. The Furls Streamline is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 3/4. And the Odyssey is going to be 6 1/2. So there's a 1/4 of an inch difference. Not quite a 1/4 of an inch difference in there. Okay? All right. So I have never used chai goo before. So, and that might be a new one for you guys. So let's try that on some cotton. Now I'm interested to see how this one works up because this has got a pretty sharp edge here and a very nice point there at the end. Okay, so let's try this on some cotton and see how we do. All right. The first stitches are always like the most tricky. Okay. Okay, I am not liking that. Let's make it a little looser. You know, that's the thing about doing something on camera. It's like it never goes as smoothly. Okay, this is catching. Oh, I don't like this. Okay, I'm going to show you what I'm doing here. It's catching. Okay, I'm making a loop, and then when I pull it up to grab, I'm pulling up to grab, and it's catching right here. It's not sliding. Okay, I'm not even going to bother doing any more cotton with that. That's ridiculous. I can't do that. That's not going to work for me. Okay, so let's try, you know, and this is interesting. So I'm glad I'm able to show you guys this because, and again, I'm using acrylic now. I don't know. I wonder if it just needs to be sanded down. But you spend that much money on a hook. Look, it's still catching. It's not allowing me to move the hook. Okay. You know, chai goo is supposedly one of the best hooks out there. Okay, that's what they're touting, that it's like a quality hook, and that's disappointing. That's very disappointing that I'm having that issue. That should not be with the chai goo hook. Let me see if I can find anything else. All right, here's some True Boo. Now this, you guys know, this stuff is very slippery. So hopefully it won't catch. Let me see here if I can just find. Okay. I have a feeling this is going to catch just as bad, but better meat. Yep, it's catching even on that sled. Okay, chai goo, no good. That is very disappointing. I was really hoping for something good with chai goo. Okay, now you see it. All right. So Hiahaya, I don't know if anybody's heard of Hiahaya. If you follow Anya from Ophelia Talks, she loves these hooks. She sells these hooks, and she is sold. That's all she ever uses. And it is an aluminum hook, and it glides beautifully. I'm just going to do a simple single crochet just with some cotton here. And of course, you know, when you do it in front of people, you know, it's not always the easiest, but it slides so beautifully. Okay, it's going really nicely. It's very light in your hand. Again, it's aluminum. So, yeah, it's on, I would say it's a nicer aluminum hook. Okay. Let me just finish up this row with a little bit of double crochet. Seems to be going pretty quickly. I'm getting caught on all the hooks. And my hope and my goal for this video, guys, is to be able to show you some of these other hooks that maybe you haven't seen or heard of before, and it might be something you'd be interested in, okay? So that's Hiahaya. That's in my good category. Okay, now I've never used Likey either. Now, after using this bamboo and now going to a driftwood, that's what this is. Hesitant, okay? But Likey, this one hook here was $9.25 for that one hook. Now, granted, it was an individual hook. It didn't come in a set, but let's see how this one works. Oh, smooth as silk. Okay, I like that. That one's much better. Much better. And it's so lightweight. Yes. I would imagine if you're able to hold a round hook. Now, granted, there is no thumb rest, so this is definitely one that you have to roll when you use it. So if you're a roller, which I have a tendency to be, I like to roll my hook. And I generally find if you're a knife grip person, those people are the most likely to be rollers. You don't generally see a whole lot of rollers for pencil grip people. Okay, if you hold your hook like a pencil grip. Okay, so Likey, nice, even crochet experience. Okay, now let's talk about this Knitter's Pride, because like I said, Knitter's Pride is one of those that is a Tunisian, okay? But let's see how it works up as just a regular crochet hook. And again, it's just no cutouts for the thumb. Okay, now when you first start, you definitely have to make sure you go straight, because this point right here is very sharp, and it has to come in directly to where it goes through the hook, like so. It has to come directly. You cannot have it twisted at all. It has to come directly through. Okay, so that's the only thing to consider with that one, which is what you want with Tunisian. Okay, But as far as a regular crochet hook goes, as long as you don't twist your work and you go straight through your stitches, I'm going to try to slow it down here. And I apologize. Going in the camera like that is backwards. You have to just make sure that you go directly through your hook. It does slide very nicely. Okay? So that's a good hook. Now, a lot of people are familiar with the clover. Let me use the clover real quick. Let's use the clover on the acrylic here. Okay. Because that other was the cotton. So let's use the clover on the acrylic. All right. So if you have not used clover before, it's very quick crocheting, very quick. It slides very, very nicely. There's no catching at all, okay? And I've got my thumb resting right here on that thumb cutout. You see that? I have my thumb resting on there. So if you are a knife grip person, it works really nicely. Now, if you're using pencil grip, I don't do pencil grip, but it's a nice choke on it. You see what I'm saying? You're not too far back on it. Now, I'm going to say this, and I could be wrong, but I'm going to say that this is probably going to be a great hook for those with a pencil grip because you don't need all of this extra on the back end, okay? Because you're holding it like a pencil. If you are a knife grip, most knife grip people hold it like this, and they like to have a little bit of something coming out here. And clover is one of the shortest hooks. In fact, it is the shortest hook that I've got up here. And you can see now I have a medium-sized hand, and where I hold my hook here, I'm barely getting anything out here. And this for a lot of people, they don't care, it doesn't bother them, but there's this embossed rubber right here that says clover, and that catches my hand and it irritates me. That's the only thing that I don't like about the clover, but it's a great hook. Okay, now let's go to let's try this cheapy bamboo. Okay, we tried that expensive bamboo, the chai-gu. Let's try the cheapy bamboo. All right, and we're going to use the acrylic. Now remember, this one I got at this hook I got at Walmart, and it has a slight indentation right here for the thumb. Okay, so let's work. Oh my goodness, this is like night and day, even from that chai-gu. Oh my goodness. Okay, now it's a little bit slower because it's not as polished, I think, as that likey, but there's no catching. Does that make sense? It's not as polished, it's not as highly polished as this likey. Let me pull that one out so you can see it again. You can see how shiny it is. See how shiny and polished that is? You're not going to have that same thing with the bamboo. This is a matte, more of a matte. It's not polished, but there's nothing to catch on it. There's nothing catching on this at all. And this is the acrylic. All right, let me try the cotton. See, that I like trying the two different ones because cotton, you guys know, if you've tried cotton before, it works up a little differently than the acrylic, doesn't it? So trying the cotton, and it's working up so nicely. Now again, it's not as fast as that Likey because the hook isn't as polished, but it is just fine. So if you're needing a lightweight hook, a bamboo hook, more expensive doesn't necessarily mean better. Okay? So there you go. All right. Let's go to one of these. Let's go to the Hobby Lobby hooks. And I know I'm running a little long, but this is an important lesson, I think, that we all can learn a little bit more about hooks. Hobby Lobby hook. This one, I'm going to tell you guys, this is FYI, my opinion only, one of my favorite hooks, okay? If I don't have my Furls, I use my Hobby Lobby hook. I just love it, okay? Now, the thing is with these Hobby Lobby hooks, they're called, not Hobby Lobby hook, Yarn Bee hooks. When you first get them, they're not going to be easy to work with. Just take them out of the package. Take your yarn. This is what I did. This is what Ryan from the Yarn Hag Ryan showed us. Just take it and go like this in your yarn a whole bunch of times. Just to almost like getting this coating off of whatever is on there. Just go like that. Just go like that a whole lot, and that will like take that coating off, and it will make it as smooth as silk. Okay, works really well. But this one again is differently shaped than like a Susan Bates. Okay, it's a completely different shape. It's something you have to get used to. All right, some of you might be interested in knowing how the Streamline and the Odyssey work with the Furls. So here we go. The Streamline. This is their wood hook. Okay, this is their wood hook. This is the bottom line of all their hooks, and it crochets up very nicely. And it's the lightest weight of all their hooks, okay? And it crochets up very nicely. It chains up good. Let me get that out of the way here. Let's do some double crochets here. Can you hear a little bit of noise? I don't know if you can hear that, but it's just slightly like a you can tell that you're crocheting. I kind of like it. It's kind of soothing. Kind of like the wind. I like that. Okay. All right. So that is the Streamline. Then the Odyssey. Now, the problem that most people are going to have, and they don't like the Odyssey, is the weight. If you are a pencil holder, this is probably not going to be your favorite because it feels like a heavy fountain pen, a real heavy fountain pen. Okay, some people don't like the feel of that, but it's balanced. It feels so good in the hand, and it is something you have to get used to. So I'm going to take this, and again, this is a nickel, and a lot of people are allergic to nickel, and that's why they can't use the Odyssey. So be careful about that. But this also, I mean, it is like butter. Okay, I mean, it just slides like butter. And I love the Odyssey. It's my favorite to work with any kind of yarn, the cotton, acrylic, wool, mohair, any of those splitty yarns, the True Boo. Let's try that. Okay, this is True Boo. I know this is a much larger hook than what you would normally use for True Boo, but True Boo can be very splitty, as some of you might know. But I mean, it's so slippery. It just kind of like slips off. You have to be real careful when you start working with it. But it works up very nicely. Yeah, it's so slippery. Some people might even have to use a different hook. They might try using a bamboo hook or wood hook or like that Streamline, because the nickel plating on here is so smooth. There's no resistance at all, but it works up real nice. But again, it's the weight of this that you have to get used to. Okay, so let me go over all of these hooks one more time. And if you have any questions about any of them, please feel free to leave it in the comment section below, okay? The first one I talked about was the plain old bamboo hook I got from Walmart, bamboo. The next one, loops and threads from Michaels, and this looks almost exactly like the boy hook. You can see there's almost no difference at all. In fact, I don't see any difference, not even in the length. Okay, then you have the Susan Bates. Then we have an ergonomic hook you can pick up at any place. At Walmart is where I got this one. This is an ergonomic hook. Okay, this is a boy ergonomic hook, excuse me. Boy ergonomic hook. So the hook itself is going to be exactly like that, except it's just going to have an ergonomic handle. Then you've got, this is Be Crafty. Then you've got the Hobby Lobby, Knitter's Pride, Clover, Chaigu, we have Likey, we have Hiahaya. Oh, let me take that out of the bag. I'm sorry, I already put it away. Hiahaya, Streamline, Furls Streamline, and Furls Odyssey. Okay? I hope you enjoyed that little edition. It was not a little edition, it was a long edition. I apologize. I know that was very long, but I hope you enjoyed it and you found it helpful. Again, if you have any comments or questions, concerns, suggestions, please leave them in the comment section below. And until next time, we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.